We would like to welcome all of you here today to celebrate the wedding of Michael and Kate. I know some of you have traveled a long way to be here. We appreciate your taking the time out of your busy schedules to be part of this special occasion. Nancy and I have known Michael for a couple of years. We had the opportunity to get to know him better when the four of us played a board game called Mexican Train. I learned that Michael is very good at this game and that I am not. When Michael asked for Kate's hand in marriage, I said yes, as long as you don't beat me too badly at Mexican Train.
On behalf of Michael and Kate, I want to welcome you to this celebration of their love. I know it means so much to them that you're here today. And I want to invite you to take a continued interest in them and make a commitment today to invest in them as a married couple. Love is sacrifice. Love is everything. St. Paul describes in 1 Corinthians what love looks like. And in Ephesians 5, he writes this: "Husbands, love your wives just as Christ loved the church and gave himself up for her to make her holy." Love is dying to yourself. Love is many things, and none of them happen by accident. It's an extremely important kind of freedom that involves attention, awareness, discipline, and effort. Love is work. And while it may not be practical, love is ultimately the best thing that can ever happen to you.
Oh my God. Come here.
She looks so handsome.
You look amazing. You really, oh my God.
So good. How's your day?
That was good. How was your day?
Kate has always been committed to excellence. When she was on spring break at Butler, instead of vacationing in Cancun, Kate opted to do volunteer work in Guatemala. After graduation, she needed to be challenged again. She joined a team of cyclists who rode across Iowa. She did that twice. Then she joined a team of cyclists who raised money for cancer by riding from Cleveland to Cincinnati in 4 days. And she's done that 4 times. I know that Michael and Kate have everything to succeed and be happy. They have love, they have commitment, they have focus and communication. They have Mexican Train, and they have Ben & Jerry's. Thank you.
Kathleen, I vow to love, accept, and cherish you for the rest of our lives. I vow to comfort and support you in times of sickness and health. I promise to be faithful and loyal to you throughout our lives. I vow to help you grow in your faith and support your relationship with God. I vow to have the patience that love demands and the level-headedness which resolution requires. I promise to squeeze out at least one laugh from you every day of your life. I promise to be your prep chef and eat whatever food you put in front of me. I promise to fix things when they break, reach things that are up high, and lift things that are heavy as long as I'm able to. I vow to forgive transgressions, irregardless of whether they were on accident or on purpose. And lastly, I vow to give you the best version of myself every day of our lives.
I'm Amanda, and I've had the wonderful privilege of being Kate's friend since high school. Growing up with Kate, I know that she gives her very best, just like her dad said, in everything that she does. She is so caring, like Michael said, without any facade. She's loving without any facade. And I can speak that all the bridesmaids that you have feel the same. With her 110% attitude, I know that she doesn't go into this marriage without thought, dedication, and commitment. She's not just a great friend, but she's a great human being. And I feel honored and blessed to have met her and have her as my friend.
I vow to support you and accept your support. To not simplify what is complicated or complicate what is simple. I will celebrate your triumphs and mourn your losses, including the Steelers. I promise to trust you even when we deviate from our grocery lists, GPS directions, or life goals. I will love you and have faith in your love for me through all the adventures and obstacles life may bring us. I promise to be generous with my time, my energy, and my affection. To be faithful, to fight fair, to love you unconditionally and without hesitation, to pace you on bike rides as you pace me on runs, to respect you, encourage you, and above all else, make sure I'm not yelling at you because I'm hungry. I promise to speak when words are needed and to share the silence when they are not, to comfort you in times of sorrow and disappointment, to choose you every day and to be grateful for our life, to love you with actions and not just words, to strengthen our life with Christ and to foster an atmosphere of grace in light of my brokenness. I vow to make our home a place where laughter overcomes despair, hope and trust outweigh anxieties, and where we know mutual contentment, excitement, wonder, and fun. I promise to pursue you, to try, to understand, and to listen for as long as it takes for you to be heard. To not just grow old together, but to grow together. I vow to love you more every day when our love is simple and when it is a struggle. I take you to be my husband, my best friend, my lobster, today and always till death do us part.
So I met Mike 13 years ago, hard enough as that is to believe, when we were undergrads at Pitt. And in those 13 years, we've had some pretty good memories. But my favorite fun fact about Michael is the nickname that he chose to give himself back when AOL Instant Messenger was a thing. And that's going back some way. Generally, what you do, you sign up and then everybody gets a username, right? So your friends can identify and see who you are. And most normal people pick some combination of their name, their initials, maybe their favorite number. Not our boy. Mike chose a bolder route and decided to give himself the nickname of Hot, Big, Sexy. So I have no doubt that it was those three qualities that ultimately attracted Kate to Mike so many years later. And dude, you are sure lucky that it did, because Kate is fantastic, as everybody I'm sure has seen here tonight. She looks absolutely stunning. And I love that the two of you can't wipe the smile off of your faces. So I'd like to ask everybody one final time to raise your glass to the very new Mr. and Mrs. Hot, Big, Sexy.
Michael and Kate, by the power vested in me as a minister of the gospel, and in the presence of God and these witnesses who have heard your intentions and vows, I now pronounce you husband and wife. Michael, you may kiss your bride. It is with great honor that I present to you this afternoon for the very first time Mr. and Mrs. Helminiak.